Today our topic about women. There's many articles made by Muhammadan speaking about women rights, and those articles claim that Islam gave women their right long before anyone in the world, including Western, gave them their rights. And by the way, I mean, this must be true. This must be true. I mean, who can deny that? Saudi Arabia just a few weeks ago allowed women finally to drive a car if her parents approve it. To drive a car, and even that is if women driving a car more than 100 years ago in the West. When you read those articles made by Muslims about women giving their rights, sometimes I feel like those people, they love to make fiction movies. You see, she's driving her car, but even inside her car, she have to cover herself, her head, her face, as if she is buried alive. This is what I call to be buried alive. I mean, imagine right now in Saudi Arabia, the temperature is almost 60 degrees. And yet you have to wear this. Now, remember, now we have air conditioning, but for centuries, nobody have air conditions for thousands of years. So now the women, in order to walk in the street, she have her freedom, but she have to wear those clothes. You know, wearing those clothes alone is a reason to believe that women, she is not free. Because this is a dress code. It's not a choice. You see, in those countries, it's not a choice to wear or not to wear. And when I talk about countries, I'm talking about countries who practice Islam, not Muslims who live. You know, like just a few days ago, I saw the Somalian congresswoman who was dancing with the gays and lesbian. But this doesn't have nothing to do with Islam. This woman, she is just practicing taqiyya. So they will vote for her later, and they will say, oh, she is a Muslim, but she danced with us. She don't care if we are gays and lesbian. But if you ask her a serious question, what do you think about gays and lesbian? Well, she's a Muslim, supposedly wearing the hijab. So what she will say? If she said the truth about what she believed, she will never win the election. If she say that she loved them, Muslims, you know, they don't have a problem with that because they knew that she's lying. For this is called taqiyya in Islam. So when I saw this article here, as we see in the front of us, identity, the website is called The Body See Online, Odyssey Online. 5 rights Islam gave women before Western feminist movement gave them. Okay, what are those 5 rights? I'm really interested. Then you go down, it says, as an American Muslim woman who's worn hijab for upward 8 years, I heard it all. It come to the people. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. And then what is next? The right for Muslim women to vote. And look at the picture as an example for the right to women to vote. How even the women she can see. How she can see what she is voting for. And where it says that women they can vote in Islam. Can you show me a reference? Are you saying to me like women in Indonesia they vote? This is because of the occupation who occupy Indonesia. If it's about Islam, if they practice Islam really, they will never allow a woman to vote. Do they vote in Saudi Arabia? Do they vote? I mean, what Islamic law it says women she can vote? When you speak about Islam, speak about Islam. Islam gave the women to vote where? How? Islam gave the women right to vote. Historically, Muslim women were politically active. They helped shape social rules and regulation. Women in leadership position are mentioned in the Quran multiple occasions. Meanwhile, in America, white women could not vote until 1920s, while black women could not vote until 1960. You know, I wish you can show me. You see, when they try to fool you, it's mentioned many times in the Quran that women, they can vote. Okay, I want to see where it says. Who is the Muslim want to make a challenge to show me where in the Quran it says women, they can vote? I just saw it here in front of me. It says Islam gave women the right to vote. Okay, where Islam gave the women right to vote? I want to see that. I want to learn it. The right to own a property and wealth. Islam gave the women half inheritance from a male. And Muhammad himself was wearing the clothes of Aisha, which is by the money of Khadija. Khadija, according to Muslims, she was a Christian. That's what they say. Yet she was a businesswoman, and Muhammad was working for her. So Khadija after Islam is better than Khadija before Islam? No. Where is the businesswoman of Islam after Khadija? Khadija before Islam was a businesswoman. Islam does not exist. Khadija is a businesswoman and Muhammad working for her, which means the boss was Khadija. The right to own a property. In the Middle East, we used to have a queens. Not only they own a property, they rule as a queen. They are the kings of their countries. You never heard of Cleopatra? You never heard of the Queen of Petra? You never heard of the Queen of Palmyra? You never heard of the Queen of Assyria? You never heard of the Queen of Persia? If we go and we check what Islam says, you see here the whole article, it's funny and stupid. She did not quote for us one thing from Islam. Or what she said to us, there's a woman, she opened university in Morocco. What does have to do with Islam? A woman, she opened university in Morocco? What about you show me that your prophet says you should teach them how to write, how to read? I want to see that. Actually, Aisha and Muhammad, they agree that the prophet said that women, they should not be taught how to read and how to write. They should be taught only how to make food and how to make clothing and to read Quran. Not to read, actually, to recite Quran. The Prophet Muhammad said, seek knowledge is mandatory for every Muslim. Show me the hadith that says that. All those hadith are fabricated. The knowledge a Muslim he can seek only is about Islam. There's a hadith the Muslims they quote for us always. They say the Prophet said, seek knowledge even in China. This is a fabricated hadith. And as long as your Prophet said seek knowledge, how come he did not teach himself how to write, how to read, Mr. Knowledge? So all the article, they show us nothing of what they claim. It's just a claim about what? Islam do this, Islam do that, but show us where Islam do this or that. We are stuck with this advertising. It's not going to move. The right to work or not. Okay, show me where in the Quran it says the right to work. You see, it's just an article. Islam gives the women the right to work. How she can go to work if she cannot drive? How she can go to work if she have to have a bodyguard with her? In Saudi Arabia, which is the practice in the true Islam, if a woman she walk alone in the street, she will be arrested. She cannot leave town. She cannot even leave the door of the house, open it without permission of the husband or the father. So what those people are talking about? The right to be in modesty. This is not modesty. Hijab have nothing to do with modesty. You say we wear hijab, but then you sell your daughter for a temporary marriage. You do one night stand marriage, and she got paid for it. So okay, we wear hijab, we wear longer clothes, and then we rent our daughters for whoever afford it, and then he throw it back after he use her, and then we give it to the other guy, and then he divorce her, and the other guy, and yet we call this marriage. Where is the modesty? What about the Prophet who ordered women to give their breast to any foreigner? So as you see, the whole article, they did not quote for us one verse, one statement coming from Muhammad. Let us see what Muhammad is saying, and then we will discover if this is true or not. Muhammad, he says, women are half a brain. And not only half a brain, they are the fuel of hellfire. They are the most inhabitants, the dwellers of the hellfire. This is the opinion of Islam in women. Women are bad. Women are disgusting, women are ugly, and women, they are evil. This is what your prophet is saying. When you say that the most people who will occupy hellfire are women, you are saying all those things about them. Hellfire in religious meaning mean what? Mean you are corrupt, you are false, you are bad, you are disgusting, you are ugly, you are evil. This is what hellfire is for those people who they are extremely bad. So Muhammad saying, oh, women, you should give charity and diligent and seek Allah forgiveness, because I have seen, i.e. in between two brackets, by the way, this does not exist in the hadith. I have seen that the most of you, the most of people of hellfire are women. So now if I'm a Muslim male, God forbid I'm not, and I see my prophet saying that the most inhabitants of hellfire are women, what is my view of women after I read this? What my prophet just told me, that women are evil, disgusting creatures. But yet they say to us that the prophet and Islam gave the women their right. He just said women are evil. And then not only that, Muhammad, he said that women, they have a lack of wisdom, they are stupid. Actually here the translation is a stupid translation. He did not say that. He says naqisatu aqlin wa deen. You have half a brain and half religion. Okay, what is the half a brain they have? Here they translate as lack of wisdom. In fact, it doesn't say that. And Muhammad wanted to prove that women have half a brain, half as a man. How we will prove that? He said, okay, didn't you remember I gave you a verse in the Quran that says that 2 women are equal to 1 man as witness? Do you see it? And then this is supposedly the deficiency in their intelligence. A woman, she said, what is the deficiency we have in our wisdom and in our religion? He said, you have lack of wisdom. We will judge the fact and evidence that 2 women are equal to 1 man. And then he says, because you have menstruation days, you have deficiency in your religion. Have you ever heard of a religion judge the woman that she is a bad creature because she have menstruation, she have her period, and this is why she have a lack of religion? She have deficiency in religion. So they made an article saying Islam gave the women 5 things. Here we go. The first 5 things we got from this story. By the way, this is Sahih story, so they cannot say this is weak and stupid thing. What we learn from this things? That Islam give the women the right to be described as a foolish human. She is not equal to a human being, full of human being. She is a half a human being. This is why Muhammad, he proved that idea he have, that women, she is half a brain, that 2 women, sorry, are equal to 1 man, and this is from the Quran.
قرآن زنان رو واقعا ندیده، یعنی شما در بهشت و جهنم هیچ پاداش و جزایی برای زنان مطرح نکرده و هرچی هست مختص مردان هست. قرآن زنان رو ناقص العقل میدونه و حقوق زنان رو نصف حقوق مردان میدونه. چطور میشه که این من تجربه‌ام از همون زنایی هست که مسلمان هستن، زنان مسلمانی که از اسلام دفاع میکنن، در واقع زمانی که اسلام اونا اصلا ندیده، یک صفر بزرگ هستن برای اسلام